At 6:15 now, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian is a new dad on a mission. He's encouraging other fathers to push for and take advantage of paid family leave. Sunlin Sarfati has more on why Ohanian feels this push is so important.
It was the first time that Alexis Ohanian's fast-paced lifestyle as a hard-charging businessman and husband to Serena Williams really slowed down.
I'd have a sleeping baby in one arm and my smartphone in the other, and I'd still be aware, but this was the priority, and being present in the house was a priority.
After the birth of their baby girl last September, documented by HBO's Being Serena, Ohanian took his paternity leave.
To have those moments and to feel that closeness was spectacular.
He's since become a vocal advocate for paid family leave and put his money where his mouth is, designing a policy for his workers offering 16 weeks paid time off for both moms and dads.
What it's ultimately going to mean for the organization is a way healthier, better functioning organization. Your teams are not robots, they're humans. And if you really are expecting them to do great work, they need to be in a great state of mind.
And more, it's not just moms, but dads that are calling for these better policies too, wanting an equal role raising their newborn. 73% of dads in the U.S. say they have little workplace support, including paid time off following the birth of their child. 2/3 of parents say they're willing to change jobs if necessary to be involved in the early weeks of caring for their newborn. Some companies are listening. In the last year alone, big companies like these have expanded or created new family leave policies, many specifically geared towards including dads.
Do whatever you can to take time off. You're never going to regret it. You're never going to get it back.
The political landscape is changing too. What used to be seen just as a Democratic issue,
let's support working families by supporting paid family leave,
is now attracting Republican leadership.
It's a children's issue, it's a family issue, and it involves fathers as well. I mean, we want fathers to be more involved in their children's lives.
On Capitol Hill, there's been a big federal shift. In the past 4 years, the number of lawmakers signed on to some type of paid family leave legislation has more than doubled. And while Democrats and Republicans are far from a consensus about how broad a national paid leave policy should be and how to pay for it, there is a growing realization that Congress needs to do something.
We're kind of behind the curve here. Most of the rest of the world has some form of paid family leave.
Across the country, there's more movement. 31 states and Washington, D.C. had paid family leave legislation under consideration this year alone. And 5 states and Washington, D.C. have passed new or expanded paid family leave laws. But despite momentum, there is still a long way to go. Only 15% of workers in the U.S. have access to paid family leave, making every new parent's voice count.
I don't think it's good enough to simply say, oh, well, it was always done this way. Men always worked, women always stayed at home with the kids. And that's just simply not good enough.
Changes to federal law remain a long way off. As it stands, under the Family and Medical Leave Act, certain employees can take up to 12 weeks of unpaid, job-protected leave per year. It also requires that their group health benefits maintain during that leave. Wow. More Montana This Morning in 2 short minutes. Stay with us.